Okay, so it seems like a pretty big VTuber in the space, Vienna, has actually come out with some kind of information or a warning to a lot of VTubers and content creators which could possibly affect them. And now, obviously, this is pretty scary whenever a lot of people talk about it. I know there's a lot of people that get really scared of being scammed, get really scared of being hacked, get really scared of literally any kind of internet kind of, bad things happening on the internet, basically. And obviously, yeah, it can be pretty terrible, especially as a content creator who, receives a lot of emails and a lot of different kind of sponsorship offers, especially if you're on the, bigger end. And obviously, yeah, Vienna actually put out a post over on Twitter, which was talked about over on a Reddit page too, essentially saying important PSA, creators are being targeted with social engineering to commandeer their channels, YouTube, Discord, etc. Which, again, yeah, this is something that's been going on for a while, and obviously a lot of creators know about it, but it is kind of crazy that some people didn't know some of the things, that happens in this thing. They're saying a really common one is through sponsored emails. Any email you receive that is pushing you to check a PDF or to sign an NDA PDF before moving forwards with a partnership could be malicious. These PDFs are loaded and will steal your session tokens and have access to anything you've logged into. Please be incredibly careful opening PDFs of any kind, only from trusted sources. Be extra careful if it's from a popular brand, i.e. the normal stuff like Pepsi, Kit Kat and stuff like that. It's literally fake. Once you click it, you're cooked. Which again, that is 100% true. I've had a lot of these emails coming into my inbox. There's been a lot of emails from like big companies. For example, I've had one from like Evian, like the water company before, which I always think is like interesting. And I always look at it, I'm like, I'll do a sponsorship with Evian, sure, like I guess. And then you look at the email and you can see it's usually got like Evian.sk. It has like some weird email. So again, definitely look out for the email and the email address. And then also, yeah, don't go ahead and download anything that they send you straight away. And you got to like, it's really hard to get through because obviously you don't want to just like turn down a lot of people that obviously are legitimate and legitimately want you to work with them, but at the same time you need to be extra careful whenever it comes to this kind of stuff because as little as downloading a PDF file or downloading some kind of file in general, it can kind of ruin your entire channels because they won't just like hack into your computer or something like that. That's not the main thing that they do. They usually target your YouTube channel. That's when you see a lot of people with the like kind of Elon Musk crypto sponsor live streams that go on the streams. You're like, ah damn, he's hacked. That's usually how that happens. It's usually from someone clicking a link, someone clicking a PDF file, which again, as I said, you could be super careful of. And I always make sure I'm super careful. I always get other people to open them as well, just in case. Obviously, as well, Vienna follows up saying, important notice, having 2FA can't protect you here, which, yeah, is also another thing. I said they can and will bypass your 2FA since they use your session. They act as if you logged in. Therefore, they don't need any passwords or authentication. So yeah, obviously the way that they do it bypasses 2FA altogether. So obviously a lot of people that are thinking, I'm safe, I've got 2FA, I've got, extended security on my account. It doesn't matter. You can have all the security in the world and they'll still get in, which is obviously pretty terrible. And I'm hoping that, kind of email companies and just other companies in general can kind of fix that kind of session token like issue, because it's something that happens quite a lot. And if they can provide some kind of way just to kind of block people from entering your account using session tokens, I think that honestly would be the best way going forwards. But obviously even people like Armalee here, big VTuber saying what PDFs aren't safe. There's a lot of really big content creators out there who don't know that this stuff is actually going on, which was kind of shocking to me. And obviously if you're a VTuber or a content creator, then definitely watch out for some of these scams that are going on, because again, it is very common. If you got like a business email up or whatever, do not click on any random link that a company sends you, especially if they send it to you just like straight up. Like that's definitely the most suspicious one. People saying, people are so evil, man. Thank you for the PSA. Obviously, that's from Megalodon. Got Leah saying, thank you so much for sharing. I had no clue PDFs could be malicious. Again, that's another person not knowing that they could be malicious. Literally any, like, I don't think it is even just PDFs. It's not the file, it's not just that file. It is mainly just any file in general. Even Google Docs and things like that can also, cause that to happen. Well, not Google Docs, like Word documents, the docs. Sorry, docx, that kind of what do you call it, whatever the file handle is. Essentially, they say people are horrible, stay safe. Also, always double check the email sender, which is definitely an important one. You can definitely tell a lot of the time with the email kind of tag itself, so definitely watch out for that. Spite saying thanks for this Vienna. So again, a lot of VTubers as well, not knowing that they didn't, that this actually happens, and this is something that is very common in the space. So I'm glad that Vienna actually made this post to kind of spread a little bit of awareness about it, because again, it doesn't get talked about enough in the VTuber or content creation space in general, and I'm glad that, she has provided that. People in the comments in this one saying, wasn't this the same thing Linus from Linus Tech Tips got hit with from his time back? He said, yeah, it wasn't even him personally either. It was one of his staff that opened up an email. Yeah, they got hacked a while ago through the same reason, which obviously was pretty bad. Same one probably got Crony, so apparently Crony also got hit by this. Hearing the 2FA can be bypassed so easily, as she says, is wild. How awful. That it's not exactly a bypass, it's more of a man in the middle, where they use your existing authenticated session to pretend to be you. If at some point they had to enter credentials, 2FA would still lock them out. But yeah, to put it in perspective, it's like having the same browser session you are using on your PC, but it's used on the hacker's PC instead, which, yeah, it's pretty insane. And obviously, yeah, a lot of people have been talking about this in the comments, saying pretty sure that this is a scamming tactic that caused Crony to get her channel hijacked by Crypto Bro some time ago, which, yeah, usually it's crypto. I don't know why they do that. It's usually a lot of people that are interested in trying to promote crypto to a, different audience and trying to sell their cryptocurrencies or whatever through some like AI generated kind of videos of like Elon Musk and stuff like that, which is usually the telltale sign that someone has been hacked. So if you see someone's channel like suddenly kind of turn into one of those, they probably got hacked by one of these scams. It's very very clear. Obviously not really new, but yes, cookie and token stealing has been recent to go to for account stealers, which, yeah, obviously I know it's not new. This, as I said, it hasn't been a new exactly situation. It's been something that's been going on since I pretty much started making videos. Again, it's been a thing for a while, but I think at the same time it is important to let people know, because again, despite it not being new, as we saw in the comment section, there's a lot of VTubers, big VTubers, that didn't know that, PDF files aren't safe and that other files aren't safe whenever you click on them, from an email. It's saying curious, as I'm pretty sure most PDF viewers have mitigations built in, but again, I don't think it is about the actual viewer itself. It's about the fact that you've downloaded a file. So yeah, the files are just manually named like document.pdf.exe. Yeah, so they pretty much kind of disguise the file, so it's not actually a PDF. It's a completely different file. They're saying, I'd assume the best way to deal with this is to absolutely... Wait, what? I'd assume the best way to deal with this would be if you absolutely need to deal with PDFs. I assume for NDAs, they probably do. Do not do it on the same PC that is used to handle your work, which, yeah, I think that is true. I mean, you could do that, but I think it's... Again, that's probably the safest way, I'm going to be honest. But at the same time, you'd still kind of be logged into your email because you'd need the email for it. Again, unless you kind of like forward it onto another email and then open it up on another computer, maybe that could work. I'm not sure. But again, it's be a paranoid nerd putting up puppy Linux and RAM on a computer without HDD just to open suspicious PDFs. Have fun hacking nothing. So yeah, obviously some people are interested in like testing what could happen and things like that. Obviously, as I said, if you don't want to do anything like that on the kind of pretty extreme side of like getting a laptop or something and then trying to do it on there, I would literally just be careful with what you're clicking on. Just kind of look at it. If you have any trouble with it, just kind of ask people that do you think this is safe? And then yeah, I mean, if you really want to test it out, then try. But again, obviously there is the added kind of, I guess, risk of clicking a document like that. Me personally, I just kind of avoid the documents altogether unless like I build up a rapport with that person. I speak to a lot of like ad companies and things like that who I know will send me a legitimate file. So if it's not really from anybody like that, then I probably won't really click on any files that people send me. So again, obviously that is probably the main way they can go about it. But obviously for smaller creators who don't get to speak to many ad agencies and stuff like that, or know which ad agencies are legitimate, it can be pretty hard and it can be pretty terrible, as a lot of VTubers and a lot of creators are being hacked due to a lot of these social engineering kind of scams that have been going on over in emails and YouTube channels, Discords, etc. Which again, yeah, it's pretty terrible. But yeah, that's essentially what I want to talk about today, because again, I thought it was very interesting from Vienna, and I'm glad that she did share that and kind of open up to a lot of people about that, because again, it is a pretty serious thing that's been going on in the community lately. And yeah, I mean, I just want to keep you guys informed of this going on as well. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also go to GameSubs, use my code CATSA, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys